Welcome back, you guys. Jason Bever, Daniel Friedel, Phoenix Jiu-Jitsu. Today we're going to work on the rear naked choke, or also called the rear naked strangle. It is statistically the most used and effective strangle both in modern MMA and modern Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It is the king of chokes. It's the king of chokes for a reason. We're gonna look at some details, and we're not gonna talk about how to get to the back position. We're not gonna go into some really in-depth stuff. We do that in our advanced classes. This is simply a guide for the very most basics, okay? Without the body positioning, let's just look at the strangle itself. So, just seat position. Ideally, what I want is that's fine, yep. I want my chin relatively close to the top of his head. I don't want his head like super low, so that makes it really hard to choke. And I don't want his head like higher than mine. It's hard to choke things above, okay? So ideally, I just, right about chin height. We're not gonna talk about all the potential counters to his defense. We're just talking about applying the rear naked choke today. So I like to think about it, a lot of times you see this forearm in the trachea sort of ideal, and I'm not saying you'll never get a tap from that. I'm simply saying it's not effective when it comes to making someone go unconscious. My partner has carotid arteries running this way. They're like right below his ears, and I would like to, instead of having this bar, I would like to put my elbow in a line with his center line. I never want my head on the same side of my choking arm, so I always keep my head on this side. And I want, as much as I can, I want to create like a V that's going to cut those carotid arteries off. So my elbow goes in line with his center line. I'm not going to make sort of this short grip. What I'd like to do is I'm going to take my left hand and punch it behind my partner's head. I don't recommend this because my partner can start to get a hold of my arms and defeat all of my stuff. So I don't punch my hand out, I punch it behind, and I make this almost figure 4 motion, right? And now, so many people try to do a curl from here. What I want to do is a shrug. So I'm essentially bringing my shoulders to my ears. It's really simple. Put my head down, and I just simply shrug. Not a lot of movement there, so you kind of have to do like, we want to articulate that. It's a matter of bringing my shoulders to my ears. It's not a bicep curl, okay? So, with my leg position in play, I'm going to start to drive my elbow in line, and notice I kind of drew my partner back. That changes where the top of his head is. If we're both sitting up straight, our heads are a relative height. So I start to bring him back into this kind of saddle. My elbow is in line with his spine. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to punch it behind, and I'm going to shrug my shoulders. I'm not doing this. That gives him access to my hand. It's no good. So, that's the rear naked strangle. That noise is somebody lifting weights upstairs. We cannot record a video without them doing so. It's really important that everybody bang weights around while we're recording. But if you're a student here, you're used to that. So if you're not, come lift weights with Daniel. Thanks, guys. See ya.